Hey guys, it's Ice Angel TV, and today I am doing The Walking Dead Carl Grimes cosplay tutorial. So I want to start by saying this is a huge spoiler to the last few episodes of Season 6, so if you have not seen it, spoiler alert. And talking about seasons, can you guys just tell me what you thought in the comments about the new episode of The Walking Dead, which is episode 1 of Season 7. Are you guys freaking out? Who did you expect was going to be the one to die? Let me know in the comments below, because personally, I'm really sad about it. Alright, so we're gonna jump straight into it. So I got these hats, as well as the fabric, and the rope, and all the little bits and pieces from a dollar store, so it's all made very, very cheaply. I got the hat for $2 and these pieces of felt for around, I think, $1.50 each. They're reasonably sized, they're not too small, not too big, and they fit just perfectly around the hat. So the reason I went with the felt texture was because the hat is originally a fake leather kind of material, and of course his hat is made of felt-ish type material. I don't really know what it is, but I found that it really did work and replicated the hat very well. So I'm really happy that I chose felt for this project. So this is completely free-handed. I didn't do much measuring at all. It was kind of just, I'll just wing it, and yeah, it ended up pretty well in the end. I used a highlighter to mark it. Usually I would have gone with like a Sharpie or something, but my Sharpie decided not to cooperate. So I kind of just had to go with this highlighter. It's fine. So I cut off all these little bits and pieces around the sides of the hat because I wanted to use them for another project, and because they look weird, even though it's not necessary to cut them off because they're going to be covered up anyway. I just thought I would. So then I go ahead and hot glue all the pieces on. I start with the top so I can hot glue all the edges of the felt together, and then go through and cut them off later so there aren't any floppy edges. So then I'm going to go ahead and neaten it up a little bit. So to create the bottom, I made another template with the hat, and then a template on the inside, cut that out. You know, normal people probably would have measured and spent more time on it, but you know, it worked. So then I went ahead and painted it the right color. I used a dark brown paint that I got from the dollar store as well, and I found that it worked very, very well. Look at the way I paint that like an absolute pro. I am the pro painter. You need something painted? Hire me. So I used this rope, which was originally white, that I did paint with gold paint, which I got from the dollar store as well. And then I found these two beads in the garage and was going to glue them together to make the perfect little pieces on the hat. I don't know what you would call them, but they work really well. And then my cat decided to help me dry them with her tail. Thanks, Paris. Alright, so once I've done with that, I'm going to go ahead and hot glue the rose onto the hat. And then instead of using the bead or whatever part there is that holds the middle together, I used tape because I didn't have the bead. I do hope to go back and fix it later on when I find something that does work for the front of the hat, but for now I'm just going to use tape. It's not very professional and I probably wouldn't recommend it, but it did work for now. And then I went ahead and cut a hole in the front of the hat and used an eyelet in the middle of it. Though it is silver, I did forget to paint it silver, so oops. Then I go ahead and hot glue the little parts onto the hat. I did scratch them a little bit, but it's okay because I go back and paint them afterward. It's a little bit of a touch-up, and you're done. Next is the costume itself. So I got all these clothes from Kmart for very, very cheap, except for this t-shirt, which is my Eren Yeager Attack on Titan cosplay t-shirt. I couldn't find something that would replicate it enough, but I will probably find one in the future. But that's what I used for now. So to make them dirty, I basically got a piece of chalk and just dragged it along the shirt. Next is the makeup. So disclaimer guys, this is my first time doing special effects makeup, so I'm very new to it and I probably wouldn't recommend following along, but I tried my best, so we're just going to go from here. So I added primer, and for the special effects I used tissue. I heard a lot of people do use like towelettes and probably a wider selection of things, but I just used tissue for this and I found that it worked pretty well. So then I also used some liquid latex from Mayron. I don't really know how it's pronounced, I'll type it on the screen. So liquid latex and then layers of the tissue. And just keep going. Can I just say how much I'm in love with the song playing right now? So then I went ahead and peeled back a little bit to make it look more hanging and fleshy like. And once I'm done with that, I grab some foundation, I go around the wounds as well as the rest of my face. And concealer under my eyes because giant bags are disgusting and, well, we're only human, guys. I'm finding it so hard not to sing along to Carl Papa right now. I'm so sorry. So then I add a bunch of powder. I love powder to set the makeup. And then I grab a brownie color and I will go around the eyes. Then I grab a black pencil and lightly put it on and blend it in. Then the nose. He has such a long pointy nose, so I tried my best to contour that as much as possible. As for the eyebrows, his eyebrows are so low and mine are reasonably high in comparison, so it was very hard to get them to match. I ended up going super low later on with them. Then I contour a lot between the eyes and the eyebrow to make the eyebrow look lower. Then I grabbed another black eyeliner pencil and made my eye a little bit lower because his eye is slanted. Then I went in with a black color and blue color body paints and then red body paints and then smeared a bunch of blood around the outside and then drips of blood down the side. And then once I'm done with that, I will continue contouring. So I contoured my cheeks and I will contour a little bit more later. Then I added a tissue for the bandage and then I grabbed a bandage and put it around my head and tied it at the back. Once I'm done with that, I will continue contouring my nose, my lips, my chin, and everything else that needs contouring or more depth. Then I will contour my jawline. He has such a square, nice jawline, so it was very hard to replicate that. Then I will highlight under my cheek, on my nose, under my eyebrow, and on my chin, and everywhere else that I think needs highlighting. Then I will add mascara. Then after adding a contact, which of course is optional, you are done. Photos and some behind the scenes clips are after this. Hope you enjoyed and happy Halloween.
Welcome to Woodbury.